Okay. Hopefully we haven't got any more crashes this time. I'm back. For real, and hopefully for the rest of the day. Alright. Here we are, we're back. Fiery Dragon, Fiery Waltz, E-Turbs. Why do you keep wanting to go to blunting stance, Malka? That's kind of silly. You know? You don't get anything for being in the blunting stance. It's all about that guarding stance. Bad. Very bad. If we go bonkers crazy on this turn though, and win like every single clash, except for the one against Flaming Dragon, we might be able to do some goddamn work. Not ideal, but it's worth at least giving it a shot. Well, fuck. This one is doomed, though. Because that Raging Storm hit pretty fucking hard. And we didn't dodge it. Okay. I guess just like, the idea here is I have basically Malkuth and Hod as my two floors right now. Because Tiferet realization is gonna take a while, and I want to give this a couple of shots before I go to that. Initially my idea was I'd do it off stream, but then I looked at time and realized I have a fair amount of time left in the stream still. So I am gonna do this live. It's just gonna be a little different. But the idea here with the strategy is I'm gonna try and build up Malkuth to start, and I might pivot to Hod at the start of Iron Lotus, just because starting on even footing, like, in terms of emotion levels, makes it a lot easier to get going without getting just absolutely fucked up by what comes your way. Although one way or another, it's gonna be a bit painful. Kind of just how things are. Oh damn! That was a pretty nice block. And a pretty low roll to block against. Okay. We've got good emotion coins going. Just under 50% positive, which means happy memories, yeah. It was close, but the Malkuth machine is activating. Alright. That's about expected, but like, the rest of this is kind of a lock. Like, look at that. We've already got Gluttony. We're locking in the Forgotten early on. Alright, so let's just look at this. We've got defensive dice power +7. So that Raging Storm Love is gonna hit for 3 to 7 and 8 to 20. The second die on Scattering Slash is unlikely to pass, but the first one is unlikely to fail. Actually, it's impossible for it to fail. So we should have a lock on Malkuth eating Flaming Dragon Fist. Which means we can set the other ones to unlock. I want to run unlock 3 there. And for this, we're just gonna eat a hit like that. Expected. Planned, I would even say. Down to 11, scattering. All right. So turns. Alright. Going well. Shit. Now we got spores. 4th match. We got a 3 and a 6 and a 6 to redirect. That's a bit less dire than that. Let me think. That's not good. Got all-out war. We've got frontal assault. We've got E-turb. And now we're at stuff that Malkuth can start redirecting. Ardor. Alright, so Nikolai's dead. We've got another raging storm. I thought you only had one. I really did. Might be a shot. Not a high chance. But Miris is almost dead. Okay. And so, here we are. Xiao almost dead. Very nearly dead. Not quite, but oh so close. So with a 3 to 11, do you think I beat that Raging Storm? more damage. The numbers don't lie. And that's phase 1. Holy shit. Holy shit, I might do it. Alright. So let's just consider this. We've got 9 children, which just is a basic dice power +1. On the actual page, Shimmering swaps for speed. 9 children at the start of the scene inflict 2 burn. We have guarding stance for that, but still. We've got Pulau every other turn. Reverse scale for stagger damage. We want to make sure that we don't do that on Pulau turns because we want the strength to happen on the Pulau turn. Xia, Fervor, Force of a Wildfire. Take no damage from burn. When inflicted with a status element that isn't burn, cut it in half. Malkuth deals 1 bleed and 1 bind when hit, basically. So, using Gluttony to recover from any damage we happen to take, and Scattering Slash on the Pulau turns to heal some stagger resist where we can. Hopefully, this will work out. But of course, we've got to wheel things down with Hod first. Start on even ground for good attack.
비록 혼자여도 밤은 찾아온다. 그리고 새벽이 오지 않는 밤은 없지. 한낮 사라질 별 따위가 떠오르는 태양의 빛을 이길 수 있을까? 각오해라. 오늘 도시의 별 하나가 질 테니. Of my handkerchief, I am fire. Burn those who dare to care for me. And my fuel our memories of you may perish with the heat, so I can flower of iron, shriveled up to hide in stay. Why did you leave? Why did you leave? Why did you keep out? Twelfth.3. I'm wishing to go this way. I'm just gonna choose my fate. Swing the time. Rush my blood streams through. Pieces crushed into pieces of me. Left all actually never regret.
Face. Ooh, Yadzi. Huh? If we're running into a Yadzi. Oh damn, and a Jinni. Oh. You know, how I dealt with this in the Cater only run was I used Learn. Unfortunately, Cater is shit for this challenge. It's real bad. Okay, there's no way a combat prep survives that. Which means we're putting combat prep on probably on Xiao too. And just for the sake of having a chance, we'll raise the grass there. Who's got good pierce resist? Let's be honest. We don't have to respect the face on this turn. Oh, that was a strong Yadzu. And we've got a stagger next turn. It's not great. Glitter. I'll be honest. Do you think we take glitter? I think we take glitter. Because, like, it really doesn't matter who Xiao is targeting. Although I guess Gifty could deal more damage, especially because it does bleed. But that doesn't really do a whole lot for me, as is. The fixed damage is good. The fixed damage is nice. But really what we're looking for is stuff like bleed damage and dice power. We're looking to stall, really. I'm just gonna come out and say it. We're looking to stall. And what glitter would do is it would focus Xiao occasionally on Hod, and that it would also give 1-2 power on turns where we can get dice power. But what that does is it gives Hod more chances to use counter dice. I think that's good. And the dice power is nice too. What I'm trying to consider is that worth more than constantly leaving Xiao hurting when she clashes with someone who is not... Hell, we don't even have to put Surprise Gift on Hod. We could put it on a different librarian, and that way Hod could trigger it. Oh, this is an actual conundrum. Dice power boosts our survivability more, but Hod deals more damage with Surprise Gift. Glitter gives Hod more chances. Gift makes it more damaging. I think I'm going with Surprise Gift. I think I am putting Surprise Gift on... Gotta be Bada. I don't think that choice actually had any effect. I changed my mind. We just fucking die! I think we really do. I think we really might just have to survive on Pet the Malkuth, actually. Wait. Hold up. Did Happy Memories deactivate? There's no way, right? That'd be so stupid. Oh, it just needed an extra turn. Good. All right. Still got immediate repairs. Oh fuck, Jinni. Alright. God, can you imagine if Xiao could take burn damage right now? How quickly she would be dying. Alright. So we gotta deal with Yatsu. I think I'll pop that clone onto Jinni. Pop that scattering slash right there. There was never a chance. my god. Why is this actually getting Xiao damaged? Like, there's no... It's Barrier of Thorns. That is my fucking savior here. Also, shit, we gave her strength and endurance. Massive mondo. So we're kind of fucked. $300 damage isn't bad, though. Like, I got farther than I thought, and less far than I hoped at the same time. But anyway, let's get coordinated assault. So, coordinated assault is... It's not great for much. But two stagger protection is something... Stagger protection at all is something rare. Getting 2 of it, that's mondo massive. In an ideal world, vampirism can heal HP even if we don't hit. And then we can rely on some, like, Claws of Savagery, I guess, to deal the bleed. And if we do something like that, then with Gebera's realization, we would have Shell. Oh, welcome back. I just did a shockingly good attempt at Xiao that ultimately confirmed I am not getting through it. 300 damage using Pet the Malkuth in Act 2. But also, Hod is practically useless. Basically, anyone who isn't Guarding Stance Purple Tear will die in like a couple turns. Because Xiao just deals so much fucking burn. It really does. I cannot wait to have her page and have it be almost completely null besides some of the stuff like being immune to burn damage or whatever. But like, my thought now really turns to doing the Tippereth realization and just handling more abnormalities, expanding my toolkit. Yeah, Basha, dice power +1 and immunity to burn damage. Nine Children on Xiao's page is actually... The way that it works is a little bit different from how it works for Xiao in Reception, because it has to progress her based on emotion level. So the Nine Children passive itself is replaced with a new Nine Children of the Dragon at emotion level 2, which has the conditional to add more on level 4, and Basha, which you get at level 2, is where the Nine Children boost from the Reception goes. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. But my thought right now is much more about what am I gonna do with Tifereth? Because I think I'm gonna want to realize Tifereth's floor, and usually I like to put Tifereth on Xiao's page so that she can be a magical girl at the end too, but that's not something that I do for any strictly, like, this has a good reason to do it reason. I just do it for fun, and in reality, I think what we do is we Myungest for the dice power because it's pretty damn good, and Stigma Workshop weaponry. Like, a flat 2 across the board. Oh yeah. Oh, right, yeah. You're right. They won't. God damn, you're right. I should put her on Nikolai and have her end up being kind of a support, really, but that's fine. It's fine to have my main attacker not be the central librarian. I just do that for consistency of, like, it makes it easier for me to track what I'm doing. But you're right, that actually is a good point. So with that being the case, who's my last? Do I take Esther and... Do I take Esther and make Esther a support? Because... that is some pretty good... Oh yeah. I mean, generally speaking, as long as anyone wins the clashes, you can win. Oh! Oh, win in. I misread for a second. Yeah. Yeah, honestly. You're right. That'll definitely do it. So... we've got... I think I'm gonna go... like, this is me thinking about the rest of everything. I mean, yeah, but also consider... what should... Magical Girl of... the Night of Despair one. I forget which one she was. I think it was Hope? Justice. Yeah, as long as Justice gets to attack, we deal we deal a flat 50 damage every turn, as long as Justice gets to attack. Because of the swords. Yeah. It's not 10 power, it's 10 fixed damage. Yeah, I know. Everyone tries to use Hope as much as they can. Because if it were 10 fixed power, that would be extremely good clashing in any phase. I'm considering through the rest of the reception, is locked potential better than what Maxim runs? Yeah, that's very good for Magical Girl of Justice. I think I'm going to run Esther as a support. God, I'm not using sacrifice strats anymore. I'm gonna get that shit out of here. Alright, so in Pierce, we're gonna save current setup there. And we're gonna save this. I mean... Oh wait, does Maximum Crash affect Barrier of Thorns? Because I found Mark doesn't affect anything like that, but if Barrier of Thorns... Oh shit, it does, you're right. I just completely forgot about that effect. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I mean, the thing I run isn't just... The thing that I run isn't just, like, Dongquan Toughness. I run it on Purple Tear with Guarding Stance, because... Yeah. I run it on Purple Tear with Guarding Stance, because changing stances is non-transferable, but Guarding Stance blocks all status effects, which is pretty big. And I think if I'm gonna try Maximum Crash on top of that, first off, I'm gonna have to wait till Impurity. Yep. I'm gonna have to wait till Impurity if I'm gonna run Maximum Crash with that, because I need one more attribution point. And then I don't have enough for Grit, but I could use the extra point to pop on Plume Discussion, or I could pop Skim Prescript for one extra page at the start, which is a little helpful. But like in any case, we're running an attacking tear right now, so I've got... Oh yeah, on Nikolai I've been running Eye of Death so that I can do Battle Ready Skim Prescripts. And also because Nikolai could use a bit of dice power on offensive dice too. But yeah, I mean, you can cheese Pluto with any... You can cheese Pluto with literally any block build with decent block power. So that's not the one I'm concerned about. And hell, because I'm running it as a passive and Blockma exists as an ego page too. Yeah, it does include mass attacks. That was the first thing I tested once I did the Malkuth realization, was I tried to see on Warp Train if Fourth Match Flame would deal burn, and it did not. All it does is destroy pages if it rolls higher than them, which is not nothing. That can be very helpful to avoid something like Jin Ni, which I did not think of in the Xiao fight, but honestly, the fourth match is really unreliable for that, so not much worth it. But like, mass attacks do that. They destroy pages at least, and they just don't deal damage. I gotta load Esther up as a support mon. with your shield liquefied, where Myungus would normally go when that's our main attacker for Hod. Okay. So, Slash we do not use. Pierce we are doing. Blunt is stagger quicker. Guard. Guard I could run as, like, kind of panic mode recovery deck for, like, I can run Fleet Footsteps with the guard deck in order to do panic recovery, but I don't think I need to do that because we have recovery from greed. Really, I'm more concerned with making sure I have enough light restore. And I could do energy conversions with extra charge from Graze the Grass. That would normally go to Leap. Or I'm not running Singleton. That's just not gonna work. But Unlock takes a bit too long to get moving. I'm not running Smoke. No, I cannot get the on-hit to draw from energy conversion. So, yeah. I mean, it's +2 on light, so that's not bad. And when I have excess charge, I'm not spending it anywhere else. Like, in total, 1 Serpentine Barrier and 1 Econ leaves me 1 light down. Yeah, I don't have Ominous Power or Beyond, though, because I don't think I can beat Children of the City without Xiao's page from Iron Lotus, because I need that passive burn, I think, if I want to get much done in Phase 2. Because I don't think I can try any kind of Pet the Malkuth on Distorted Blade as the only attacking die. Okay. When Xiao hits level 4, all enemies are inflicted with 2 burn every turn. It's one of the passives that she gets from hitting level 4 emotion. like, I know we use her for the burn immunity on Philip's reception, but I remember that additional burn being something that was kinda useful. I don't think I'm really gonna use the guard deck either way. This is more just a panic deck for when I need to... deal with a lot of... like... yeah. This is a panic deck for when I need to get rid of status effects. We're gonna be using Pierce mostly. I think we're set. Yep. Yeah. And what that ends up being in reality is once it gets going, it deals 4 damage every turn, because what happens is 4 damage is taken, you lose part of that's gonna be like hope for good luck, and part of that's probably gonna be spamming combat prep every other turn in preparation for oncoming Distorted Blade. Or I might actually go back to using Sturdy Death in my decks. Like, just one, in order to clash with that proper, with only 8 endurance. Oh wait, I didn't mean to go to guard stance. Wait, shit, I hit quick game. We'll be right back while I reopen my game. Whoops. Yeah, Distorted Blade drops every other turn. I think it might be better to run Sturdy Death as my counter than to try and make combat prep work for it. But yeah, rest assured, like, there are some that I am surprised by how difficult they are, but between Xiao, Tear, and Distorted Yan, I was coming up from the start trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. Because, like, from the start I knew I was going to be focusing on trying to do Purple Tear guarding stance kind of solo somehow. I just did not realize how reliant I would be on Purple Tear's guarding stance. And I'm considering whether or not to run an attack guard or pet the Malkuth guard, because Barrier of Thorns and Spores get some pretty good fucking damage in, but Gooey Waste, the bleed from that is chip consistently, and the paralysis can seriously help survivability. But it's an every other turn thing on whether or not that's helpful. Yeah, that is kind of the problem there, though. I need guarding stance to survive the burn, so I can't run Donghuan. In most cases, 3 protection and stagger protection is more than 30%. Yeah. In most cases, 3 each is more than 30%. And with Grit, that's also... I mean, in speedrunning, it's 2 turns, but that's a speedrun. Usually in a normal run, yeah, it's like 5 or 6. I think my winning run the first time, I had like, I took like up to 10 turns, because what I ended up doing was I think I had Yesod and Chesed as my runs of choice, because I was doing Dark Flame Yesod to deal with stuff. Yeah, Yadza is a fucking killer like that. Anyways, we're back to Tifereth. Fervor and 9 children, and she gets the 2 emotion level pages. Yeah. It's a total +3 at base, and that's why I'm trying to unlock Tifereth, because if I'm right, it'll still only be -2 power from Nyx, but that alone is still worth, because we also get protection and strength and light restore from Wrath. We get healing from Greed and some bonus damage. And we're not using the endurance bonus. Yeah. The thing is, Xiao cuts all statuses that aren't burn in half, and that includes Feeble. That includes Feeble and Disarm and stuff. So, well, negative statuses in half. That includes Feeble and Disarm and stuff, which means that we have to deal with only 2 instead of 5. But the protection is good, and God, I've been going at this for 6 hours now. I'm starting to lose a little bit of steam. Okay, that's 5. For combat prep unlock on everyone except for Nikolai. Because we want to get concentration grays in. Yeah. I mean, alternate using those on. Use Nile every single Pulao turn. You can deal with 1 combat page pretty well. And then you also get the you also get the power down. That's what I was gonna say. And yeah, I think we're coming up with a strat. This is going pretty sick. Yeah, if I can get B on, that is a purely offensive page for me, yeah. The problem is mainly that it costs 3 light, but I can get light restore going. We don't have Nyx to build up to, so I'm gonna go with Love. And ideally I put Blessing on Tifereth afterwards.
Alright. And that's the plan.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, that's going to be a go-to build, again, on Hakma. Oh, damn. Guess we're putting Justice on Tippereth. And we've got to deal with Arcana Slave. It's not that bad, I guess. We have 9 endurance. It's just kind of annoying. You don't have any dice power up, which means we're safe. Yeah, it doesn't. But, like... that doesn't super matter. Because I have a lot of dice power up just generally to help deal with those. And it's good for everything else. Which is what I'm after. Okay. One thing that is good is Pierce Stance also boosts the second die of Unlock by 2, which helps that clash a little better. Oh right, Mark makes resistances weak. So we're looking at Road to Happiness, because we don't have enough dice power. We can always have more. We can always have more dice power. think this is our set. All right. Ordinary amount of endurance to have. You know, it's only 12. I mean, if you think about it, that's only 6 damage. It's not that much. It's just basically a guaranteed clash win against anything. God, if we can get bind in on this, that'd be insane for my youngest. But alas, 'tis not to be today. Yeah, anyways. This phase is done. We just gotta block everything and set up for the next one. Alright. On we go. This one's gonna be kind of big for the setting up stuff community. In that we are going to set stuff up. Mainly, we'll be setting stuff up in the department of getting more emotion levels. This right here, once we have Nyx, this makes Tiferet floor one of the best, alongside Nyx. Because of the page draw. I hate having to manage my page draw so much. Alright. I'm gonna be honest, I think Intemperance is actually bad for us. Because we want more clashing. And that's a page that stops clashing. This doesn't exactly boost things, but... Alright, that's the staves. Now we just gotta kill the hermit. Kill that fucker dead. acidic sludge. We're completely wasting this, but like, who gives a fuck? Alright. Rise minions. Only if you're good. All right. Yeah. On fights like this and against Little Red, where you have to tee up the kill for someone else, Mark actually does some pretty good damage, pretty good numbers, getting stuff done. Kinda shocking. I did not expect it to be the thing, but it really is. This realization is probably going to be the rest of the stream, I think. Just looking at time and how far we're in, and knowing what's coming up. Just gonna warn ahead of time. However, there is quite a bit to talk about with this. Like, can you imagine if there actually were Servant of Wrath. If Servant of Wrath were actually in Lobotomy Corporation, that would be... I'm just interested to see what the ego suit would be like, honestly. Just looking at the things that it's focused on, I think it would probably be doing black damage. And this is throwing a right wrench in my plans. You done shafted me, Serpent of Wrath. This one is... okay, dealing damage to Roland, but I forget how much. I forget if it's like... worth it kind of damage, or if we're gonna have to do 2 rounds of this and not just 1. Like, I can go the distance, and this will actually be quite good for my healing. I am in sore need of some offensive clash wins. And don't get me wrong, each cycle will take a lot shorter. Yes, hello, I see. Welcome. Each cycle of this will take a lot shorter than it did when I ran this as an ab, though. Because, like, I'm dealing more burn. Oh, thank God, they aren't immune. There'll be a light recovered. Go. Swear to God, I get people who come in here trying to sell me art. I make my own assets. And now I even have a rule in here specifically. The sign says no solicitors. I had to make it... I had to do that now. because people kept trying to sell me art that I'm not buying. And I do not want it. Get the bag, whatever. Just... I'm not paying. I'm not buying. That's it. Anyways. That one's deactivated now. Doesn't really matter who takes the second flash on this thing because the first one's gonna stagger. That's kind of bad, honestly. So, you know, I think I might swap this over to there. Alright, so there's the deal. There we go. We're into the part where we can actually hurt Roland some. Hopefully.
Hopefully the swords deal a lot of damage, so we only have to do this twice, maybe. Like at the worst.
Look at that beautiful HP healing. Oh! Fuck you, I'm gonna have to do this 3 times. I'm gonna have to do it 3 times. Fuck you. You know what? This is just a matter of, like, it speeds things up. I'm swapping from using Unlock to using Graze as my light restore. Since I draw 2 every turn, and Graze has 1 less attack die. Makes it take a bit less time. Alright, so the total damage those swords dealt was 60. This is going to be an exact recreation of the abnormality version of this fight. It's just that the damage numbers are going to be smaller. That's it. Well, I'm not here to tell ya, but I am here to tell ya. Hopefully the tears stay on this sword so we can kill quickly. I do not want to have to deal with this slow process. Fuck. Okay, we might be able to kill that one in time. Even if this is a bit annoying still. down to 30, it'll be at 22 when we get to the next turn, which should be down enough that a feather shield gets it. Oh yeah, I have Rhino procedure on Gloria, which, because we have some healing, that will actually give us the two endurance for free, basically, because we can heal off the damage Gloria takes. Hooray! We are in kill mode. A good, nice bit of healing. And then we have a turn that hurts to play out because the positions of things on screen change in an annoying way to work around sometimes. But anyways, we have to get 2 swords and not 3 next time. I wonder if I just set 2 feather shields and Alright, 24, that'll put us down to 44. Alright. 22, that'll put it down to 12, which the burn should cover. Yeah, 12, and they've got 14 burn on. Alright. We're on to greed. Eating a Sparkling Strike from youngest could be good, because it makes it more likely we roll Infinity. But everything else, we do not want to let go on. So I'm gonna just... boop. 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 Nice. Yeah, no. This realization is a lot easier than it sounds. I think that's a good thing, honestly. I think it's good for the story. Oh, damn. Now here's the problem. We can't kill the Brilliant Bliss. Because we can't attack. And the Brilliant Bliss doesn't attack. So what we've got to do here... See, there's something we've got to do here with this. We've got to spam combat prep like usual. But in particular, we need to make sure that we graze the grass on every targeted slot. And if that's the first slot, then we put an unlock after our combat prep. Much as I don't like doing it, because it makes it take more time. Because we do not need Brilliant Bliss to block Road of Gold. All we need is combat preparation. Fuck you. We are not friends. And I will not be stopped. Anyways, that's rolling down to half health, so we're on to the next phase, where he heals the damage we've dealt him, and we have to do this again. It's actually the same. And I fought the Abno version of this one. This phase gave me a little bit of an issue, just trying to get it to go my way. It wasn't that difficult. But you'll see the issue that I've got to deal with next turn. which is the Road of the King. So this says melee page. This says melee page. But see, it's not a melee page. It's this funny thing about it, you know? To see. It's a single target mass attack with the properties of a melee page. Fuck. I misjudged how much stagger damage I deal. Doesn't that kind of fuck my entire 5th phase up, actually? Oh god, and that whole reception takes forever, too. Realization, whatever. This realization takes forever, and I made a singular mistake on King of Greed. I should not have greeted. I should not have greeted for the extra... What was it? Because when I actually did this, I swapped Graze the Grass for Rewind. So that takes forever to do. It'll take a long time to get back to where we were. And I kinda don't want to spend stream time on that. So I'm gonna just pop Attacking Tear and these two on. And take care of the Woodsman real quick and some see what I can do with Chesed. I gotta build a deck for this one. If I'm gonna do that one, I gotta be consuming as much light as possible every turn. So first off, we're gonna clone combat prep. And we're gonna use Sturdy Death for card draw. As for you, you will clone Feather Shield and use Sturdy Death for card draw. And by doing this, we'll beat the Woodsman. Oh, right. We've also got Guard Deck, I guess, but... Alright. See? That's all we gotta do. Now. With that done, I'm gonna put things back where they were on Tippereth's floor. And I think I'll call it. This has been fun. Especially getting to really get in depth theorizing strategies for what the hell I'm gonna do with... I mean, I guess we only really have 2 receptions left. We've only really done 1, but we got through Nosferatu, the Woodsman, and we made some work on the realization that I'm gonna finish probably offline just because there's some gambling laid into it and it takes a long time. But yeah, next we see each other, Tippereth will be at 6. We'll have ego pages right here, and I'll be bringing Nyx and Niall into Xiao's reception and seeing how that goes. Hopefully well. Until then, until next week. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Good night.